What if I told you that Jesus' very first miracle happened at a wedding? Not in a temple, not in front of kings, but at an ordinary celebration. And what happened there shocked everyone present. Stay with me, because this incredible story reveals a powerful lesson about faith, obedience, and God's perfect timing. In a small village called Cana, a joyful wedding celebration was taking place. Friends, family, and neighbors had gathered together. Laughter filled the air. Music echoed through the streets. Everyone was enjoying the special occasion. Among the guests were Jesus, his mother Mary, and his disciples. At first, everything seemed perfect. But suddenly, a serious problem arose. The hosts of the wedding discovered that they had run out of wine. Today, that might seem like a small inconvenience, but in those days, it was a major embarrassment. A wedding celebration often lasted several days, and running out of wine could bring shame upon the family. The hosts didn't know what to do. But Mary noticed the situation. She understood that this family was in trouble. So she went to Jesus and quietly said,
"They have no more wine."
Jesus looked at her and replied, "My hour has not yet come." At first his answer seemed surprising. But Mary trusted him completely. Without arguing or questioning, she turned to the servants and gave them a simple instruction.
"Do whatever he tells you."
Words would soon change everything. Nearby stood 6 large stone water jars. These jars were used for ceremonial washing, according to Jewish customs. Each jar could hold a huge amount of water. Jesus looked at the servants and said, "Fill the jars with water." The command may have seemed strange. The problem was wine. Yet Jesus asked for water. Still, the servants obeyed. They filled every jar to the very top. Not halfway. Not almost full. Completely full. Then Jesus gave another instruction. "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." Imagine being one of those servants. A few moments earlier, they had poured only water into those jars. But because they trusted Jesus, they obeyed. And then something miraculous happened. The water had become wine. Not ordinary wine. Exceptional wine. The servants were amazed. They knew exactly where it had come from. The master of the banquet tasted it. His eyes widened in surprise. He immediately called the bridegroom over. "Everyone brings out the best wine first and then the cheaper wine later, but you have saved the best until now." The bridegroom himself didn't even realize what had happened. But the servants knew. And the disciples knew. They had just witnessed something extraordinary. If you're enjoying this Bible story and want more powerful stories of Jesus explained in a simple way, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's continue, because the meaning behind this miracle is even more amazing. This miracle was not just about saving a wedding celebration. It revealed who Jesus truly was. For the first time, he openly displayed his divine power. The disciples watched carefully. They saw water transformed instantly. No tricks. No magic. Only the power of God. This miracle showed that Jesus could take something ordinary and make it extraordinary. Water became wine. Fear became joy. Embarrassment became celebration. And the family's shame was replaced with honor. The Bible tells us that this was the first of Jesus' miraculous signs. Through it, he revealed his glory. And because of what they witnessed, his disciples believed in him more deeply. Think about the servants for a moment. They didn't understand why Jesus asked them to fill jars with water. The instruction probably didn't make sense. Yet they obeyed anyway. And because they obeyed, they became witnesses to a miracle. Many times in our own lives, God may ask us to trust him before we see the outcome. Like those servants, We may not understand the reason, but faith often begins with simple obedience. Mary's words are still powerful today. Do whatever he tells you. Those few words summarize a life of faith. Trust him. Follow him. Obey him, even when the answer isn't immediately visible. Because Jesus specializes in transforming ordinary situations into extraordinary testimonies. The wedding in Cana began with a problem, but it ended with a miracle. Water became wine, doubt became faith, and a simple celebration became the setting of Jesus' first public sign. This story reminds us that no problem is too small for God to notice. He cares about every detail of our lives. And when we place our trust in him, he can do far more than we could ever imagine. If this story encouraged you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that Jesus still works miracles today. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Latin folded.